Good morning, good morning, good morning. And welcome back to the Operation Hill 100 Heart channel where we do what? Focus on healing, humor, and a hot motherfucking topic. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the thumbs up, you nosy ass bitch, so we can get into this Dear Deidre. Hit the thumbs up, because these Dear Deidres, these people ain't gonna play, honey. Dear Deidre, I'm from Tallahassee, but moved up to New York City for a business opportunity. Also because one of my best friends that I went to college with lives up here, and I know he can help out, if anything, while I'm up here getting on my feet. I've been here a year already, and I met a man. He's an up-and-coming artist who's really funny, creative, and down to earth. What he isn't is financially stable. I was not struggling, so I wasn't dating to find a sugar daddy. So the fact that he was, or for lack of a better term, down bad, wasn't too much of a bother until it was. Him needing help, me giving help and not receiving help did nothing but deplete the help and myself. Times got so bad that I lost my New York apartment and had to go shack up with my male best friend. Now let me give my disclaimer. I am gay. My male best friend is gay. I'm gay. My male best friend gay, but we are not gay together. We are really just friends. Initially, when I lost my apartment, my man tried to hit me to the New York shelter system so we could go that route to get a new place together. When I ran this by my good Judy, she said, there will be no such thing, bitch, because you're coming to my house until you get on your feet, and that's exactly what I did. I love my friend, but if I'm being honest, it's strict round this motherfucker. But we've been friends for years, and it's something I can put up with. My man, on the other hand, no. So much so that when he's over, these niggas get to sword fighting over the most minute things, and I'm just there stuck in the middle. Last week, after another one of their verbal sparring matches over absolutely nothing, when I went to walk my man out, he accused my friend of being low-key in love with me and feels as though that's where all of the animosity is coming from. He also shared he would not be coming back to see me if I was still staying here, and that I needed to come up with a better plan if I wanted our relationship to work. When I got back upstairs, of course, my friend was still fuming and finally admitted he can't stand my man because, according to him, he's a broke bum who's ruining my life. I feel as though they both have valid points, and I love them both. I just don't know what I'm going to do. Lord, send me a sign. Thanks in advance. Sign, how do I face the rock and the hard place? Ooh. Let me drink my water, as I always do. Okay. All right. Wow. Yes. Yes. That is a boulder and a brick. A boulder and a brick, because anytime that I hear a family member or friend, or a family member and friend, and a person's spouse not getting along, it's very cringy for me, because you do not ever want to be put in a predicament where you have to make a choice. You love both of these people, so it's like, oh, why are you guys doing this to me, right? All right. Let's go into the Healing Heart session. Now, number one on the list is that you said these people, both of them, have a point. One, the boyfriend's point is your friend might be low-key in love with you, and he cannot keep coming back to that household getting disrespected, so he wants you to find another plan. I would be asking for clarity on what part the boyfriend is right about, or if he's right about the whole part, which is either one, do you low-key think your friend is in love with you, or two, is it that you do need to find another place and come up with another plan to make your relationship work, or three, is it both? And if it's all three, number one on the list, you said that you guys are just friends. So I don't think it's that, right? But I'm going to assume it's that so we can pull from every scenario, right? Number one being, like you said, if your best friend is in love with you, then yes, it is going to be an issue for your spouse to know that you have a friend that has romantic feelings for you. Right? It does not matter how long y'all known each other. It does not matter if you have those feelings back. It will forever be uncomfortable for a person to know that their spouse's friend has romantic feelings for them, especially when your spouse is very close to that person. Because you're going to still feel that tinge, the spouse is going to still feel that tinge of jealousy every time you're around that person, because I know that they like you, right? Also, it complicates things with me because they have romantic feelings for you. You have romantic feelings for me. So now it's making them want smoke with me and they're trying to act like it's about something else, right? So I could see as your spouse, if that's the case, him feeling away, right? And it's like on top of him having smoke with me, we're now battling almost in a sense over you. Why should I have to battle over my spouse? I thought you and him were just friends. So I could definitely see your spouse like, absolutely not. Absolutely not, right? That's one thing that I feel like you should honor and respect. The second thing is that you finding another plan. What I got from the letter is that you're in this predicament because of the spouse. So for him to make an ultimatum in regards to you finding a plan really is a little mind-boggling, because you wouldn't be in this predicament if it wasn't for him. So he should be finding the fucking plan. But in all fairness, to play devil's advocate, he did try to find a plan, which was you guys can go to the shelter and get a place together. What you said was that your best friend didn't agree with the plan. I think the spouse in that realm is being treated unfairly. Now, let me wait. Listen, I'm building from all angles, right? In all fairness, I think the unfair treatment was brought on by the spouse, right? Because another thing is, if I am consistently financially providing support for you, so much so that it puts us in a predicament where I'm now homeless, you cannot be upset about the fact that I'm homeless, because you're part, if not all, of the reason that that's the case. But I think the spouse could argue, and he's not wrong for arguing, because I was the reason. I came up with a solution that you let your best friend shut down. This is our relationship. Or are you in a relationship with him? But once again, like I always tell you guys, Dear Deejas are the preliminary for Operation Heal 100 Heart Sessions. So in the Operation Heal 100 Heart Session, I would have to ask you, why did you let yourself, not why did he make you, why did you let yourself provide so much financial assistance to another person that you would deplete yourself, and now you are the person homeless because of it? So before we even go into best friend or spouse, sweetie, we have to talk about you. We have to talk about you, because what you did was you made a lot of poor choices, which forced other people's hand, and now you're standing back with your hands up, allowing these people to both fumble over the ball. That's not fair. Number one on the list, I heard what you said. I wasn't looking for no sugar daddy, so therefore him not coming rich was not an issue for me. I totally understand and agree with that. I totally understand and agree with that. That's fine. But him coming poor should have been an issue. You know why? Because you're an adult with bills. So if you are an adult and you have to financially support yourself, and you are not in a predicament, or you don't make enough money to financially support someone else, then you shouldn't put yourself at risk doing so. Yes, I like you. Yes, I understand you going through hard times. What I need for you to understand is I cannot help you with those hard times, because guess what? Ding, 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 ding. I have to help myself. But what you did was say, you know what? I'm not worried about helping me. Let me help you to a point that it depletes and jeopardizes me. And my dear, before we even could go into any other people, we have to do some self-work. We have to do some self-work. So if you was in a healing heart session, we would be sitting. Come sit next to me, Pumpkin. We need to talk. We need to talk, because at what point did you think you were making a right decision when you said, forget about all of the things that I need to do for me and let me prioritize him? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know why? Because now you're in a situation where you are homeless because you were trying to assist someone else. What happened to assisting you? So, sweetie, we will be going down the rabbit hole of self-worth, of value in self, of self-esteem, right? Because while I do understand that we all want to partner with our spouses to help make them great, you cannot help assist anybody else in greatness until you've achieved it yourself. So you have to now take a look within and say, you know what? I need to do 1, 2, 3 before I can help you with 4, 5, 6. And in any event that you keep choosing 4, 5, 6 before you take care of 1, 2, 3 is every single time that you're going to find yourself in a fucked up predicament like you are now. So while I understand your frustration when it comes down to your spouse and your friend and being unclear and confused about what you're going to do regarding them, let's take them off the table and sit you on it. What are you going to do about you? At what point in your life were you taught or did you realize or think it was best to start prioritizing other folks' needs before your own? Right? And a lot of times when I'm having these conversations and healing heart sessions, people will say, well, I don't know, because then doesn't that mean I'm being selfish? Yes. 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 It's called self-preservation, and a part of that means being selfish. I need to take care of me in order to take care of you. Right? Because if I constantly prioritize taking care of you, I never get the opportunity to take care of me. So yes, that is what it looks like, right? And most times being selfish is looked at in a derogatory term, right? So people are like, okay, well, I don't want it to be like that because then it's like a negative thing. No, actually it's not. It's not. And you know what's so crazy about this? I had to learn this the hard way. When I was younger, my dad made it very, very clear to me that I was selfish on a number of occasions, right? And for me, when I was younger, I equated selfish with stingy, and I am 0% stingy, right? So every time he would say it, I would get upset because I'm like, that's a lie. I give everything to everybody. If I got 25 cents, I'll get 24 cents. This was my whole argument, my whole spiel, right? And I remember like one of the very last times that my dad said it before he passed, he made me recognize, you keep equating selfish with stingy. I didn't say you were stingy, Khadijah. You would get somebody your last, but you're selfish. You think that the world revolves around you, right? So initially hearing that, it's like, oh my God. I had to think about what that looks like. It becomes negative when a situation is truly about someone else and you always have to make it about you. Oh, we were going to a party for Monica's birthday, and at the party we had to walk up 13 flights of stairs. Because I don't like walking up steps, I think we should switch the location of the party. That's selfish. It is Monica's party. It has nothing to do with you. Bitch, you take an hour flight. Who cares? But what we won't do is rearrange the whole location of the party because you're uncomfortable with something when it's not even your party. That's selfish, right? That's a negative way of being selfish. A positive way of being selfish is saying, listen, I'm trying to obtain a degree, a certification, a job promotion. So because of that, I can no longer every night go to the bar with you. Because I have bigger dreams and bigger goals, and going to the bar is a distraction for me. That's healthy selfish. That's okay. So if you're equating any of the advice that I'm giving you about your self-worth, your value in self, and your self-esteem with you being selfish, then at some point you have to be, because at some point you have to take care of you. Look what happened when you took care of everybody else. So we've already discussed what the spouse is thinking. let's move on to now your best friend, right? You said that they both have a point. Let me repeat that. So that means that your best friend could also have a point in this person being your financial ruin, and because of it, he dislikes that person, right? I could get it to some degree, right? I think that what folks have to understand is the reason why your friend is overprotective of you is because he doesn't want to make you take accountability for the role that you played in this situation. Those are not the best friends, right? And they're not bad people, because I think what's happening is they accept you for who you are, and then they figure out how to maneuver around that. When I don't mind having friends that accept me for who I am, but I also need friends that's going to help me rise and elevate. And if every single time I have a shortcoming, you step in to save the day or to nurture me, I never get the opportunity to rise to the occasion myself. So while I do understand why he's overprotective of you, I also don't think that he's holding you accountable. Which is why he swooped in with the whole, you're not going to the shelter, you're going to stay here with me. Which is why he continues to hold it on your spouse, because he feels like no, he has to take a step back and allow you to take accountability for the part that you played. So your ass should be in the shelter. No shade, you should be. And you should be going through that hard time to see, I am never in my life going to put myself in this predicament. But because you have somebody that's going to continuously swoop in and save the day, you don't mind fucking up. And that's where the issue lies in that friendship. I think if he held you more accountable for your wrongdoings and your shortcomings in this situation, then he wouldn't have an issue with your spouse, your situation, or any of the above. Because as your friend, he would be telling you, bitch, get your shit together. Come on. But he's not doing so. And because you don't have folks around you that hold you accountable, you continue to make these mistakes. It stops here, my dear. It stops here, my dear. It stops here. Okay? While your spouse has his faults and your friend have theirs, you are the problem in this situation. You. And in the Operation Heal 100 Hard session, we will really be trying to get down to the nitty-gritty of why. Why are you prioritizing someone else's feelings before your own, or someone else's needs before your own? And why are you surrounding yourself with people that are going to keep continuously catching you every time you stumble, instead of sometimes letting your ass fall? To see that the concrete is hard and it hurts. So you would never put yourself in a predicament to stumble again. And we need those type of people around. We need those type of people around. I know that they are sometimes harsh. Sometimes they're uncomfortable. Sometimes you don't enjoy their company because you're like, oh, fucking boy, here she go with the fucking accountability stick beating me with it. Yes. Yes, I am, because as your friend, as your family member, as your spouse, as whatever I am to you, I want to see you grow and I want to see you rise. But if I continue coddling you and making excuses for your mistakes, then you never get to do any of those things. Am I helping? The number one thing in life that's guaranteed is death, and the number one thing in life that will help you propel forward is growth. You need to grow. And if somebody is hindering that, then are they the best for you? And again, this doesn't mean, oh, stop being your friend, your homeboy's friend tomorrow. No. It just means that you need to stop leaning on him so much, and also share with him to stop allowing you to do so. Your friends hold you accountable and they lift you up. They don't hold you up. They just lift you. You stand up on your own. So, yes, sweetie, it's work to be done. It's work to be done. It's work to be done. Because while I understand that you're like a rock and a hard place and a brick and a boulder, you wouldn't be in those predicaments if you started doing some self-work. You would not be in this predicament if you started doing some self-work. And I think it needs to start like yesterday. So, my dear, you need to come get your Operation Heal 100 Hard session. I need to be seeing you this upcoming weekend for your Operation Heal 100 Hard session. Because while this situation, we're already in the throes of it, there's ways to rectify it if you rise to the occasion. And I feel like the only way that you would be able to do so is if you start to do the self-work. I would love to assist you with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hit the thumbs up on this video. Hit the thumbs up on this video. Hit the thumbs up on this video. That's very important. Drop down in the comment section and let me know if you have some feedback for the gentleman. Also, have you experienced this? Your spouse and your friend going at it, and your spouse thinking this and your friend knowing that. And have you had this experience? If so, please drop down in the comments and share. Please give some feedback. Remember, I don't delete or debate as long as it's not disrespectful. Or please make sure you enjoy your day and hit the thumbs up on this video. Mwah.